Imagine helping build ships to fight the Nazis, doing your part for a country that says it stands for freedom. But back home, your neighborhood is under attack, not by enemy soldiers, but by your neighbors, and your government watches as it happens. That's exactly what went down in Beaumont, Texas in 1943, and they don't talk about it, but I will. During World War II, Beaumont was booming. The shipyards were full of war jobs, and black workers were a big part of that workforce. Not all black men were overseas fighting. Many were still here at home, working, waiting to be deployed, or simply trying to survive in the Jim Crow world. Then came the spark. A white woman claimed a black man had raped her. There was no proof, no arrest, but the rumors spread and the damage came quick. A white mob formed, and Beaumont went up in flames. White rioters dragged black men out of the shipyards. They looted black businesses, burned down black homes, beat people in the streets. Families had to run, schools and businesses shut down, and it got so bad that the governor had to call in the National Guard and declare martial law. But here's the part that really gets you. Nearly 200 black people were arrested. Not the rioters, not the people setting fires, but black residents. And the excuse they gave? Protective custody. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, thousands of black men were overseas wearing American uniforms fighting in World War II, trying to defend this country from its enemies, fighting for so-called freedom. But back home, their families were being attacked, treated like they were the enemy, and not a single rioter was ever held accountable. That's why black folks created the Double V campaign, Victory Abroad and Victory at Home. Because for us, there were two battles, one in the war overseas and one right here in America, just trying to survive. And Beaumont wasn't the only place. 1943 was another red summer, just like in 1919. Cities across the country erupted in violence. Detroit, Mobile, Los Angeles, Harlem. White mobs attacked black communities everywhere. And just like Beaumont, there was no justice. The only ones that got punished were the victims. In Beaumont, the aftermath hit hard. People lost their homes, businesses were never rebuilt, families fled the city, and no one was held accountable. The city moved on, but black families had to carry the pain. And here's the part we really got to understand. 1943 wasn't that long ago. Some of us still have grandparents or great-grandparents who lived through this. The scars of that violence didn't disappear. They were just passed down. They're still with us, in our stories, in our silence, in our fight to be heard. Every time people say just comply, every time the victims get arrested and not the attackers, every time history gets buried because it makes folks uncomfortable, we're reliving another version of Beaumont. So when folks say things like get over it, ask them, how do you get over something that's still happening? I know a lot of people want us to get over it. They want us to forget. But every time you like, comment, or share, you help keep stories like these alive. Remember to subscribe for more stories that they'll never put in your textbooks. Peace.